Welcome back. My name is Dak, and today we are reading the Boy Scout Handbook 11th edition, and we are in Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is all about hiking. Hiking is definitely something I approve of. It's something fun. If you're watching this series, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. All right, let's get into it. Hiking is one of scouting's great activities. Whether on the trail, across open country, or along city streets, traveling on foot is a terrific way to get out and see the world. Every season is special when you are hiking, and so is every place you go. Set out to walk through neighborhoods and parks in a city, or to a museum or zoo. Roam the backcountry using your map and compass to guide you. On camping trips, your hikes might take you to the top of a mountain, the edge of a lake, or some other natural setting in which to watch the wildlife. Rain will sometimes fall while you are hiking, and maybe even a little snow. Your route might be rocky and steep, and there will be times when you are weary to the bone, but overcoming hardships can be part of hiking too. Keep at it, and your hiking experiences will help you become a seasoned outdoor traveler with dozens of stories to tell about plenty of your memorable journeys. It's true, hiking is one of my favorite things about scouting. I really enjoyed going on hikes. The skills you learn on even the shortest hike can help you on journeys of any length. The clothing you use for hiking is the same you'll need for camping and backpacking. The Scout outdoor essentials you carry are the items you'll also take each time you set out for the backcountry. No trace methods you use to protect the trails will allow you to care for campsites too. A trip plan is important for an afternoon walk and also for a week-long wilderness trek. Making a trip plan. A trip plan prepares you for the challenges of a hike, a campout, or any other outdoor activity. Write down the following 5 W's of a trip plan. The 5 W's. Where are you going? Decide on your destination and the route you will use to reach it and to return. For a copy of a map with your route marked in pencil. When will you return? If you are not back reasonably close to the return time you wrote on your trip plan, scout leaders and your family can take steps to locate you and, if necessary, provide assistance. Who is going with you? List the names of your hiking partners. If you need a ride to or from a trailhead, write down who will be driving. Why are you going? To fish in a lake, climb a peak, explore a new area, write a sentence or two about the purpose of your journey. What are you taking? You'll always want to carry the Scout Outdoor Essentials, see page 207. If you are camping out, you might need additional food, gear, and shelter. For a camping equipment checklist, see Chapter 9, Camping, pages 224 through 27. Add one more item to the list. How you will respect the land by using no-trace hiking skills. All right, good questions to ask. All right, foot gear for hiking. A hiker is only as good as his feet. Take good care of them. Scout Field Book, 1st edition, 1948. If your feet feel good, chances are you'll have a great time hiking. Taking care of your feet begins when you choose what to wear on them. Shoes and boots. Almost any shoes you will do for short walks on easy terrain. Lightweight boots with fabric uppers are fine for most hiking in good weather. Most leather boots are heavier, but they will give your feet and ankles the most protection and support. They can also keep snow and rain from soaking your socks. Choose leather if you will do a lot of hiking and backpacking on rugged trails. Boots made for mountaineering or hard winter travel are probably more than you need. New boots must fit well. At the store, try on different boots while wearing the socks you will use on hikes. Your heels should not slip much when you walk, and your toes should have a little wiggle room. Before using new boots on a hike, wear them around home for a few days until they adjust to the shape of your feet. Many hikers and campers carry a pair of lightweight shoes in their packs so that they can get out of their boots at the end of the day. A pair of running shoes might be just right. If you must wade across a stream, you can keep your socks and hiking boots dry by taking them off and wearing your extra shoes through the water. Caring for your boots. Hiking boots will last a long time if you take care of them. When they get wet, let them dry in the sun. High heat can melt nylon and harm leather, so don't put your boots too close to a fire. Remove mud and dirt from your boots with a pocket knife or a stiff brush. Fabric boots shouldn't require any other care. Treat leather with a boot dressing meant for outdoor footwear. Oils and waxes in the dressing will keep the leather flexible and help the boots repel water. Socks. Hiking socks made of wool and of a wool/nylon blend cushion your soles as you walk and draw sweat away from your feet. Wear a pair of thin wool or synthetic blend socks underneath your hiking socks. The inner socks will slide against your heavier outer socks and take moisture away from your skin, reducing friction and lessening your chances of getting a blister. Carry spare socks on your hikes. If your feet begin to tire, change into fresh socks and hang the used ones on your pack to air out and dry. All right. I agree with everything that we just read about. I think it's super essential to have good shoes, good footwear, all that stuff. All right, clothing for hiking, dressing for the outdoors. By wearing layers so that you can adjust your clothing to match changing weather conditions. Imagine setting out on a snowy trail. The sky is clear, but there's no wind. You're wearing a t-shirt, a wool shirt, and a sweater. Because the day is chilly, you also have on mittens and a warm hat. Hiking burns energy, and soon you are too warm. Stop for a moment to peel off your sweater and mittens and stuff them into your pack. As the miles pass, clouds fill the sky and the air becomes colder. Put your mittens and sweater back on. If the wind begins to blow, you can take a parka out of your pack and pull it on too. Warm weather clothing checklist for hiking, camping, and backpacking. Short sleeve shirt, t-shirt, hiking shorts, long pants, sweater or warm jacket, hiking boots or sturdy shoes, socks, hat with brim for shade, bandana, rain gear, extra underwear for longer trips. Items marked with an asterisk should be made of wool or a warm synthetic fabric. All right, cold weather clothing checklist for hiking, camping, and backpacking. Long sleeve shirt, long pants, sweater, long underwear, hiking boots or sturdy shoes, socks, insulated parka or coat with hood, warm hat, mittens, rain gear, extra underwear for longer trips. Fabrics for hiking wear. Wool. Wool can keep you warm even when it is damp from rain. If wool feels scratchy against your skin, wear long underwear or a t-shirt beneath it. Cotton. Cotton is good for warm, dry weather. Once wet, though, cotton will not keep you warm. That can make it dangerous to wear on trips when conditions might turn chilly, rainy, or snowy. Synthetic. Many synthetic fabrics offer the comfort of cotton and the warmth of wool. Clothing made of propylene, polar fleece, and other modern materials can insulate you whether it is wet or dry. Look for these fabrics in long underwear, sweaters, vests, parkas, mittens, and hats. Very, very good advice. Rain gear. Poncho. A poncho is a waterproof cape that protects you and your gear from summer rains. Because it is loose and can flap in the wind, a poncho is not the best choice for severe weather. Rain parka. A parka is a long jacket that repels sleet, rain, and snow. It should have large pockets for carrying the Scout outdoor essentials and a hood you can pull over your head. Rain pants. Rain pants extend the protection of a poncho or parka down to your ankles. Gaiters. Gaiters shield your feet and lower legs from rain, and during winter hikes, they'll keep snow out of your boots. Hat. A broad-brimmed hat or baseball cap will protect your face from sun and storm. If you wear glasses, the brim of a hat will keep them clear of rain. Rain gear fabrics. Non-breathable. Coated nylon and plastic are used to make many ponchos, rain parkas, rain pants, and gaiters. The advantages are that this gear is waterproof and often inexpensive. The disadvantage is that moisture given off by your body can be trapped inside, causing you to feel damp and chilled. Breathable. Some fabrics will keep rain out, but let body moisture escape. The ideal combination. The disadvantage of breathable rain gear is that it is expensive. Equipment for hiking. Carrying the Scout outdoor essentials with you can make a pleasant journey even better. In an emergency, they might get you out of a jam. The Scout outdoor essentials: pocket knife, first aid kit, extra clothing, rain gear, water bottle, flashlight, trail food, matches and fire starters, sun protection, map, and compass. Pocket knife. A pocket knife is the most useful tool you can own. Keep yours clean and sharp. For more on pocket knife, see pages 77 through 79. First aid kit. Besides the complete first aid kit carried by your patrol or troop leader, bring along your own supplies to treat minor injuries. For more on first aid kit, see page 289. Extra clothing. With layers of clothing, you can adjust what you wear to match the weather. For more on clothing for outdoor activities, see pages 202 through 205. The ones we just read. Same thing for rain gear. A rain parka or poncho will shield you from showers and storms. In warm weather, you can turn a large plastic trash bag into a poncho by cutting holes in it for your head and arms. For more on rain gear, see page 206. Flashlight. Finding your way in the dark can be tough without a flashlight. A sturdy one that uses a couple of AA cell batteries doesn't weigh much and it gives out a strong beam. Reverse the batteries during the day or put duct tape over them to switch to prevent the light from coming on in your pack and draining the power. Trail food. The most important meal for hiking is the breakfast you eat before you hit the trail. Whether in camp or at home, a hearty breakfast starts the day right. Carry a lunch in your pack. Sandwiches, fruit, nuts, and raisins are tasty, or try crackers with peanut butter or cheese. A small bag of granola, dried fruit, or a couple of energy bars can give you a nutritional boost between meals, especially if you are out longer than you had expected. For more on food for the outdoors, see pages 265 through 280. Water bottle. Fill your water bottle before you start out and sip from it whenever you are thirsty. In hot weather, you might need to carry several containers of water. Purify any water taken from streams, lakes, or springs before you drink it. For ways to purify water, see page 256. Matches and fire starters. With wooden strike-anywhere matches or a butane lighter, you can kindle a fire in any weather. For more on when and how to build fires, see pages 248 through 252. Sun protection. Too much exposure to the sun's rays can be harmful, especially if you have a fair complexion. Guard your skin with sunscreen that has a sun protection factor SPF of 15 or higher. A broad-brimmed hat, lip balm, and sunglasses will add given protection. Map and compass. Carry a compass and a map whenever you travel in areas unfamiliar to you. Of course, they won't do much good unless you know how to use them, so take time to learn. For more on maps and compasses, see page 66 through 74 and pages 118 through 25. Other hiking gear. Day pack. A small pack will hold everything you need for a day of hiking. You might already use this kind of pack to carry your books to school. Fanny pack. Zip your hiking gear into a fanny pack and strap it around your waist. Fanny packs ride comfortably against your lower back as you walk and won't throw you off balance when your adventures include cross-country skiing or mountain biking. Many troops stow their first aid supplies in a fanny pack that goes on every outing. Okay, I'm with you on almost everything here except for the fanny pack. Fanny pack went out of fashion in the 90s. Don't do a fanny pack. Figure out a way to put it in your backpack. Cross-country hiking. Cross-country hiking takes you away from everything man-made, including trails. Of course, you must be able to find your way so that you don't become lost. That might mean using a map and compass. Staying with your patrol is as important in cross-country hiking as for any other outdoor adventure. You can share the fun, and you will be there if your patrol needs your assistance. Away from the smooth tread of a trail, footing can be uncertain. Underbrush and rugged terrain make for slow going. Watch where you put your hands if you are scrambling on rocks. You don't want to end up with a snake bite or an insect sting. Avoid trampling vegetation by walking on bare ground, rocks, and snow. By charting your course on a map before you start a cross-country hike, you shouldn't be surprised by rivers, cliffs, or other barriers. If you do run into terrain that you aren't sure you can cross safely, detour around it or go back the way you came. A smart hiker always knows when to turn his back on a dangerous route. No trace hiking. Hiking so that you leave no trace shows you care about the land and know how to travel through it wisely. When your route takes you along a trail, stay on the pathway. Hikers cutting across switchbacks or taking other shortcuts often trample vegetation that holds topsoil in place. The resulting erosion can damage or even destroy the trail. Some sections of parks and forests are managed as wilderness areas. Regulations protecting those areas might limit group size, forbid campfires, and restrict other activities. Find out what guidelines are before you start a hike, then obey them. Keep trails clean by picking up litter. See if your patrol or troop can pitch in to help repair and maintain the hiking trails you enjoy using. Hiking tips. It is an excellent plan when on a hike to take off shoes and socks at least at midday so that feet, socks, and shoes may cool. Turn your socks inside out to cool, and when you replace them, put the one you had on the right foot on the left and vice versa. Edward Cave, The Boy Scout Hike Book, 1916. Hiking stick. Baden-Powell's first drawing of a scout shows a boy with a hiking stick in his hand. Try one yourself, and you might find that the miles glide by. Using a hiking stick to push back branches and to poke behind rocks when you wade a stream, a hiking stick will give you the stability of a tripod. You can keep a record of your adventures by whittling a small notch on your hiking stick for every 5 miles you walk. Elsewhere, on the staff, cut a notch for each night you camp out under the stars. I think that's a little bit dorky, but some people probably like it. Pace. Walking quickly is often not very important during a hike. Take time to enjoy the sights and sounds around you. The journey really is as important as reaching your destination. Hike at a pace that is comfortable for the slowest member of your patrol. Even though you might feel that you could race along forever, the safety and good fellowship of the whole group staying together is more important than speed. Alright, so I want to pause here and talk about this for a second. This has been my experience. When you're actually hiking, young men are dying. They're always like, oh my gosh, I can't go on, I'm so tired. They're just like, they zap quickly. Whereas the adult leaders, they can persevere, slow, steady, trot. But then once you get to where you're at and you actually rest for like 2 minutes, like boom, all of a sudden the young men, the scouts are up jumping around. Let's play football. Let's play soccer. Like they want to start running around. All of a sudden they get their energy back super quickly. Whereas at that point, the adult leaders, the men, they're all done. They don't want to move. They plodded along. They got through the hike the way they should, but they take much longer to reset. Anyway, that's just been my experience. Feel free to share in the comments what you think. Resting. When you're taking it easy on a hike and stopping often to look at plants, animals, and scenery, you might not need any rest stops at all. However, if you are pushing steadily along the trail, a 5-minute break every half hour or so is a good idea. It will give you a chance to adjust your clothing, check your feet for signs of hot spots or blisters, sip some water, and have a bite of food. Each patrol leader takes responsibility for keeping the members of his patrol together on the trail. In addition, every scout hikes with a buddy. This will ensure that the patrol stays together and that everyone is safe. Conditioning. Hiking is good for your body. It hardens your muscles and strengthens your heart and lungs. It is also good for your mind. It fills you with confidence, energy, and respect for the outdoors. To enjoy hiking to the fullest, start out with short trips. As your legs become accustomed to hiking, you can increase the length of your journeys. You can also train for hiking by exercising regularly, jogging, and eating a healthy diet. Trail manners. Travel single file on most trails, leaving some space between you and the scout ahead of you. You can see where you're going and you won't run into him if he suddenly stops. Be courteous to other hikers by stepping to the side of the trail so that they can pass. Horses and mules can be spooked by hikers. If you meet people on horseback, stop where you are and ask the riders what you should do. They will usually ask you to step a few paces downhill from the trail and stand quietly while the animals pass. For more on safe hiking and on what to do if lost, see pages 38 through 41. Overcoming hardships is an important challenge for hikers, but there might be times when you discover you are not prepared for the conditions you are facing. The weather might be worse than you expected, or the bugs especially bad. No matter how hard you try, you might simply be having a miserable time. If that's the case, sometimes the best thing you can do is to turn around and go home. The trail will always be there. You can come back and try again when you are really ready for it. So, I don't know. Going home, I get it, but at the same time, I mean, it's smart if you're in over your head, but like, I love the idea of this old school scouting, like be resilient, like figure it out, overcome your hardships, don't just give up, but at the same time, knowing when to quit is, I guess, essential as well. And that's it for chapter 8. Next, we're going to get into camping, a huge part of scouting. So what were your thoughts? What do you think about hiking? Any fun experiences that you'd like to share? Feel free to comment. If you got this far in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks. Bye.